What is going on, guys?
Yo, brethren, what up with thee?
Today's video is gonna be kind of split up. We got one project here on my 24 Turbo R sitting right over here. And then after we're done with that project, we are heading over to Lou's, to the Far Off-Road facility, and we're gonna do a project on his machine. So this video is also introducing our newest sponsor, Auxbeam.
Welcome, welcome.
They sent out a few things for us to install on the machines here. Lou's is gonna be the switch panel. His wiring, like most of us, it's a mess. And he's gonna use this to really clean it up. I'm not gonna dig into it too much, but basically all his wires are gonna run through this. It will have one wire going to this switch panel, and he can customize the buttons, and everything will run off of this. It's really gonna clean up his wiring, and we'll go into this more when we get to his house. First, we'll focus on what we're doing to my Turbo R. So I got the 24. It's a fresh start. You know, got the Far Off-Road cage on there now. Just starting to kind of build this machine the way I want. So I knew I wasn't gonna do whip lights. I'm just kind of over those. And I was unsure if I'm gonna do rock lights. I really like rock lights. Biggest reason I was unsure is because I just didn't feel like installing them. Auxbeam had reached out, and we got the switch panel for Lou, and that's what's in this box, rock lights. So I figured since I'm doing rock lights, I'm just gonna do it big this time. And by big, I mean huge. Look at these bad boys. You know? Like, I got sausage fingers. This is one big ass rock light. We're putting 10 of these on this machine. It's gonna be excessive. It's gonna probably be obnoxious, but I don't give a shit. Wiring should be a breeze. You got your control box here. We'll tuck that up under the dash somewhere. As usual, I have not read any instructions. I'm assuming there is some sort of phone app for changing the lights. I got a little remote. Bing, boom, boop, boop, beep. I did not get a rocker switch. I'm thinking I'm just gonna wire these, because this control box is pretty simple. Well, not pretty simple, very simple. You got one lead with your waterproof connections going off to the back, another one going to the front, and then you got a power and a ground. We'll get all these bad boys out of here, and I'll give you a closer look at these lights. Sausage fingers are working against me here. Last one. You got one beam facing this way, the other one going this way. This set is their new Vibrant series. This is the large size rock light. They do have the small normal size one for people that are not a psycho and just want a regular size rock light on their side-by-side, not something for a Mack truck. So initial impressions, they feel super sturdy. They got a aluminum housing, and it's not a glass cover or plastic cover. It's almost like a gel, which maybe is normal, but I haven't had a rock light like that yet, so that's pretty cool. So my biggest gripe with rock lights was wiring. Normally, the sets that I've done, you got your control box, and it has however many lights you're hooking up, it has that many leads coming out of it, and you got to run each wire. This one has 2. And what I really like about this set is you can wire them in series. Basically, I'm running power to one, and then I'm gonna piggyback off of that one and run it to the next one. So I've only got to run one wire down the tunnel and one wire up to the front, and then I just piggyback from light to light. So that's the light, but as you can see, each one comes in this little bundle. I'll open one up fresh so you can see. If you're gonna do this with a blade, make sure you don't cut the wire. Lights don't work that good if you cut the wire, is what I found out from experience. So you got your light with your pigtails here, and then we have mounts. Oh, Jeremy, you said mounts. What kind of mounts do you have? Let me show you. First, you got your standard little pad here, flat little spot for each wire, and these wires go over the cutouts here in the frame, and it's just like a little rubber cushion that gets sandwiched between the light and whatever you're mounting to. Hardware is provided. They also hit you up with this pad, which can contour to a roll cage or something with a radius. I have a decent idea where I'm mounting mine, and I'm gonna need mostly flats. By the way, I'm not gonna do an in-depth wiring video on this. People don't really seem to like wiring videos. So my goal was to show you what we got going on here, and then I'll show you where I mount them, because based on comments on previous installs, most of the people are mostly interested in where the hell do you mount these rock lights. So we will do that. In the rear, I was having trouble deciding where to put the last two. So I took two of the radiused pads, and I took one side and I kind of sanded it flat so I can mount it to something flat and it'll give it a little downward angle. When we get to that one, I will show you, but I just modified two to do what I needed them to do. You do get an instruction book that I have not read, and I'm sure it tells you nice things like how to install. Don't cut the wires with blades. Like most wiring projects, depending on how nicely you want to run the wiring is going to dictate how long this is going to take you. I do plan on doing a decent job, so it's going to take me a little bit. I am going to be pulling a lot of the plastics off this machine, so that's what I'm going to do, and then I will get back with you guys, give you an update when I decide where I want to mount them and have them mounted, and we'll take a look at that.
One eternity later.
Time for a little update on the Auxbeam Vibrant Series 10-piece rock light set that we're installing in the 24 Turbo R. I got them installed, kinda. And I'll show you where I put them, because I know that's what interests people most. We'll see if they're good spots after I'm completely done. What happened was the lead going back to the rear, I needed to get an extension, didn't quite reach, so that's what's kind of stopping me from finishing up this project. I did clean it up a little bit too. This thing was an absolute shit show from the obstacle course race in Tennessee. There is an app for these lights. Those are the two barcodes you can scan, download it on your phone, and control the lights. So I have these ran to my keyed on power, so they can't be on with the key off, so I can't leave them on and I can't kill my battery. So I have no rocker switch for this. It is just wired up and I can control it with the remote or the app on my phone. If you leave them on and you turn the key off, when you turn the key back on, they turn back on. So I do like that. It's kind of what I was hoping would work out with this little setup. Up in the front, I got a total of 6 lights. We've got one in each fender, like this. And then we have one up here on each side. And then underneath here, you can see the mounts here. You can kind of see it up in there, but there's one there and one on the other side. As I already showed you, got the control box up here, nice and high. For the rear of the machine, we got one on each side up in here. And then the last one is back here, right there. So the one that's back in here, that's the one that I used that angled pad I kind of made to try and have it face down a little bit. But basically it's 2 each corner and 2 in the grill. And my kindergarten math skills tell me that that's a total of 10 lights.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Also, while we're back here working, I forgot to show you guys this. These are the bed rail protectors from Fuel Fab Shop. Right there. I won them at Crashapalooza. So I got them installed, super easy. Remove this bolt, slap it on, put the bolt back in. And they're in. So I will see you guys when we have this thing buttoned up. Well, alright guys, you guys can probably barely see the machine. It's dark, it's cold, and we're gonna show you these rock lights. So here it is, guys. I just got it set to blue right now. 10 rock lights. These things turned out freaking sweet. I know they don't show up on camera that well, but it's badass. Oh, they're pink now. It's because I'm playing with my phone. Here's the app. And I was probably, I was hitting buttons. This is how you control it. If you want to do something like I did without a switch. You can change all the settings here, or they have that provided remote. Let's see. But yeah, there's just all kinds of settings. I mean, I'm just picking random stuff. Yeah, this is there's a lot. But that remote, you can adjust a lot of stuff. This one, the app, it seems like there's a lot more you can do with them. So like I had said before, I have this all wired to keyed on power. So if I turn the key off, this shuts off. If I want to actually turn the lights off, I gotta hit the power button here or on that remote. And then if I just turn the key off, like so, it obviously shuts them off. Turn it back on, and it goes right back to it. So I like this setup because my previous setup, I had a switch and I kind of just left the switch on all the time and then just turn the machine off. So who needs a switch? I got the remote, got the phone, it's all good. Super happy with how this turned out. I know on camera, it does show up a little bit. I know it's hard to see with the lights, with the running lights, but yeah, we got the two up there going. Really cool. I do have a link below for these and a discount code, so check that out if you're looking for a set. They're fairly inexpensive and they're bright. And at this point of recording, they've been on the machine for like a month now, and they're awesome. And before we send you off to Far Off Road, I want to announce, I'm super pumped about this, but somewhathaggard.com is live. It's up. We have Haggard swag now, so go check that out. It's limited supply because we're just starting off and we have no clue what we're doing. So once we sell out of what we have, we're obviously going to re-up, but it's up. somewhathaggard.com, link below. All right, go to Far Off Road. Now that the rock lights are done, we've transported to Far Off Road because we got a project to do with Lou here on his 21 XP1K.
She likes that.
Let's talk side-by-side wiring. If you're watching this, you probably have a side-by-side, and you've probably wired some accessories, because that's what everyone does. They buy the new machine, then they're like, I need a light, I need a light. I need whips, I need rock lights, I need this, I need that.
Pat.
Did you mention lights?
Oh, and lights. And then everyone's like, oh, well, I got this shiny new machine, I gotta hurry up and get all this shit installed. And you guys just butcher your wiring.
What?
Is that gonna kick on? That's the fridge gremlins.
Oh.
Fridge gremlins, okay.
It's a big problem. I'm guilty of it. Maybe not as bad as some people. If where all your wiring is on your machine, or anywhere on your machine, if it looks like this, then this video is probably for you. Because we're going to fix Lou's situation. So we'll just pop the hood, take a look at what he's got going on, if we can get it off. So,
Yikes.
Dude, that's a solid install, John.
he's got a couple wires out of place, yeah, you can do this and it kind of looks like this. You need some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
In all reality, Lou does have a situation. He's been very shy about opening up his hood for you guys. He has no problem taking his pants off, but underneath the hood of his side-by-side, yikes.
I take my pants off to divert you from looking under here.
So there's some situations where maybe you don't want to cut and shorten wires. Maybe you don't want to cut zip ties when you add a new one, so you just zip tie to your zip ties. It's a rat's nest. But we have
Be easy. It's a sensitive subject.
It's a rat's nest. We're just calling it what it is. It's a bit of a rat's nest. We got a fix for this. This is also from our friends at Auxbeam. This is a switch panel. So this is basically going to be a centralized hub for all your wiring. Everything's fused right here, and you basically run your power and your ground to this box, and then you run from this box to an actual switch panel. Wow.
Whoa.
Which is right here.
Wow.
I don't know where everything is in here. So it's very nice and organized. He's gonna have this running to his dash when this is all said and done, basically.
No more toggle switches.
They give you a little condom to throw on this thing.
Ooh.
You're getting into some crazy H2O. Look at that.
Remember, always wrap it up.
Connect to the accessory wire. Connects to something. Like you guys just saw with the rock light install or anything, any install on this channel, haven't read directions. So I'm giving you kind of an overview of what I think this set does, and then we'll figure it out as we go and show you. Oh, here's the heavy hitters. This is obviously power ground. This is going to power this box. This goes to the switch panel itself. Yes. Zip ties. I will let you guys know that this project is the start of a bigger project for this machine. So we're not going to wire up every electrical component he has in here. First thing, we decided to we should probably rinse this out because there's a lot of mud, but now we need to dry it off.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
So we have a prime example of why if you're starting off a build, this is a good idea to just do it right the first time. Lou's been having a little gremlin, a little electrical gremlin that's been living inside this machine, messing with his lights. We found it. The gremlin was actually his fan. I think we'll throw you guys to time lapse for a little bit while we unwire. Step one is, well, that's step two. Step one was disconnecting the battery.
Yeah, that's done.
Step two is a little more complicated. This isn't in the Auxbeam directions.
Right.
This is
a machine by machine step right here.
yeah. So, I guess explain your problem.
The problem is the jackaloon who built this cage didn't take into consideration ever removing the dash. So, never use that guy. Dash has to come out, and in order to do that, the intrusion bar has to come out. So, it's coming out.
This may be a hint at what the bigger things coming are for this machine.
Yeah, I'll just hold it back down.
Okay, so some minor clearancing and the dash is out.
Is that not how you guys do it? Was that wrong?
No, this is in the Polaris manual. And now The rat's nest is really open.
Yeah.
Holy moly. We got a lot of the wires out of the way. Like we were saying, this is just the beginning of a bigger project. So this is all a little temporary, but we're gonna show you guys how this works. This mounting bracket, temporary.
Yeah.
This is just a little quick thing.
To teach you.
Yeah, to get you guys learned up. You basically want to mount this high. This is waterproof. On these machines, up under the dash is a good spot, or up under the hood's a good spot. I'm guessing when he finishes this build, it's ultimately gonna be right around in this neighborhood, just to maybe on a different mount.
Yeah, I heard it. It'll definitely be on a different mount.
The whole build is changing. That's kind of why this is happening like this. He's got to refigure some things out as far as wiring goes, but cage, everything is going, and it's going to be doing some custom stuff in the driver's seat department. So there's just going to be a lot of stuff moving and getting swapped around. So can't do anything permanent right now with the wiring. Everything's off of here, and ideally he's only gonna have stuff hooked up to the bus bar that he really needs, because the goal with this is, instead of having everything run separately to here, you just have your power ground run to the box, and then all your accessories get plugged in here. And then they have their own fuse. And I actually read the instructions. Apparently, if you blow a fuse, this little light here will light up red if it's blown. So it's pretty neat. Get her up to factory spec. I will also tell you guys, because as you can see, he's hooking it up to his bus bar. Technically, if you're following the instructions, this would come right off your battery, direct to battery. I heard that factory spec. The one power wire goes from the bus bar or the battery. It goes to that fusible link, the breaker deal. Mm-hmm. And then from the breaker, it's gonna run up to your box. Positive to positive, guys. Oh yeah, feed her right through. Let's get a close up of that factory spec.
Right.
Oh yeah. See, look at that. I can also note that there are good instructions, lots of pictures.
We reviewed those before we started.
Yeah, we looked at the pictures, is what I'll say.
Well, I said we reviewed.
Yeah, I didn't really read anything, but if you're into reading instructions and looking at cool pictures, this is the instruction booklet for you. Don't be intimidated by a wiring task like this. This, overall, it may seem intimidating, but it's no harder than just wiring in lights.
I actually think it's quite simple. It's just intimidating because of what we started with.
Yeah. You're like, think of it like this is your distribution block, and you just need to run power to the distribution block, and then from there all your outputs come out of here. It's you're basically creating a better bus bar. Like, I don't see a downside to this at all. This is only good.
Yeah, because I mean, say something does go wrong, you're gonna pop this fuse and protect your whole machine. Instead of wires get crossed, you end up melting your bus bar and everything goes up in a fire. So it's just that much more peace of mind knowing, hey, it's gonna be good.
Less wires to get sucked up in the fan.
Right.
I'm sorry. I had to. Oh. When you're hooking up your accessories, you can see that all these terminals are numbered as far as the set of power and a ground, 1, 2, 3 through 8, because this is an 8-gang switch panel. But you can see the numbers on the bare switches here. Like this one's number 5. So if Lou wanted his light bar to be number 5, he would hook it up to the number 5 terminals here. And then this just has like one of those waterproof connections like on a whip light. And this has its own harness that runs up and plugs in right here.
One thing to notice, my light bar already had this inline fuse, so technically this could be removed because you don't have to double fuse it.
Yeah.
But just for educational purposes, we're going to leave it. And but when it's all said and done, this will be removed. All wires will be shortened up thanks to this.
And let's say you're like, oh, I want to do a project like this, and you're not starting off, and you have more things. You can get this in, I know they have a 12, there may even be more, but this is the 8. So if you have that much shit hooked up, you can go bigger. But 8's gonna be more than enough for Lou. Lou, as you will see how this build goes in the coming months here, things are gonna be getting simplified.
Good click. Factory spec.
She's connected. So you get spares and you get a little remover. The cover goes right over, so you don't even look at your wiring then. It's just, that's what you see.
So if you could use your imagination.
If it's cleaned up more.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's nice. Like, now obviously all the wires will be tucked out underneath. You won't see none of that. So when you pop open your hood, it's not exploding with a rat's nest of wiring.
He's already talking about when he does this permanently, he's gonna flip this around so all the wires come out the bottom facing towards the back of the machine.
And we'll shorten the feed wires, make it clean, because, I mean, ideally that's what this is for. Clean up all your wiring, make it safer, and centralize everything. So we go on fish box for the lights?
That's up to you.
That's what the name of your machine now, Fish Box.
All right, fish box.
Over here.
Yeah, you basically pick what is being hooked up to it, and then they have all the different little labels, and you're basically labeling the one it is.
Oh, and it even says right in there what number it is. I mean, if you didn't assume.
Yeah. Oh, that was almost upside down.
We were almost committed to the dead fish.
So we don't know what the fish box is, but his light bar is now the fish box.
The place where this will actually be mounted will be on the inside. I don't really utilize my center console at all, but the game plan is I'll probably remove this twist lock and put some kind of magnetic lock in there, a real heavy duty one. Pull this off, and I'll just mount this switch right here to keep it nice and clean. I don't really feel there's any other spot that makes sense to do it. Or actually, it could go on this side. Maybe that'll be better. Put it right there. That looks like a much better spot.
Oh yeah.
Much cleaner.
Yeah, that'll be clean.
Yep.
So that's where the permanent mounting will be. For today's exercise, not so much.
I'll have to do some more research, but I do have the turn signal kit on here, but if this distribution box will allow, I will remove these toggle switches for the turn signals and put them here just to continue with cleaning up and keeping everything isolated on its own circuit. So most definitely going to do that. And it's got little detents, just like the whip lights like was already discussed.
Yeah, so it's keyed in a sense where it's only going to go on one way properly without smashing it together.
Well, I'll hook the power back up and see what it does.
Yeah. Let's hit buttons. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
So she lit up green.
So do we think we press mode it'll change?
I think. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's still hooked up to the other switch.
Oops. So technically it's not on, right? Okay. So now we're feeding. This will still works.
Yeah, this should still work. It's just double switched right now.
So now.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There we went. Well, ideally, obviously, it wouldn't go to the switch. It would be straight to here. Sometimes you have these somewhat haggard moments and forget about that.
Because he's eliminating his rocker switches, which we did not do yet. We just hooked the light up, and forgot about the switch. So what does that do? The power wire.
Oh, so that would power everything at once.
Ah, okay.
Well, that's cool.
All right, we're gonna read about the modes and we'll come right back to you.
So press mode and any other button. Puts it into, what mode is it? It's in a, whatever mode it's called. And then you long press 1 or 4. It's changing.
Oh, look at that. Because we're impatient.
Yeah.
So you hold it and it goes around the color wheel basically. Look at that. It's probably not showing up on here very well. What color are you going to?
Blue looks fine.
Look
Is it
at
orange?
that. I didn't notice an orange.
Oh, there we go. Orange.
Look at that. Okay, so that's how you change the backlight.
And then if there's no activity, for press mode to save the color desired.
There we go. So now what is that other setting you were talking about? The pulse? So can you
Yeah.
make your fish box pulsate?
That's yours.
Please make it pulsate.
Open the switch panel, double press the mode button, the indicators flash, and enter program setting. So turn that off. 1, 2.
Is it a fast double press?
Oh yeah, it's not flashing, so blue. So now let's see. So now it's just,
Oh.
so you hold it on and it releases.
Okay. So it's okay, that's the momentary press. So
Correct.
it's only on as long as you're holding the button.
Correct. So now we'll set it for pulsed.
So this switch panel can turn your light into a freaking strobe light. That's one of the settings. So that's if the green, that means it's pulsating, blue is momentary, red is just on and off.
Correct.
So that's some of the modes that this is capable of. That's pretty sweet.
That is sweet.
It's gonna be exciting to see it when it's the finished product and everything that's getting done to this. We won't go into detail because that'll be coming to you through video.
Yep.
Just not this one.
Not this one.
But basically, as soon as we're done here, this machine's getting torn apart. That's why this is being installed like this.
What's up, guys?
So, for today's outro, we decided to do it live from Machete. If you don't know, this is a 900 tube chassis. We knew it'd be a little tight for large Americans like us, so it's kind of chilly today, so this would be a good spot to do the outro from. Survival techniques. Once again, big thanks to Auxbeam. They got Lou heading in the right direction as far as getting his wiring sorted out for his build here, and they got me rock lights. So both of the installs were super simple, and that's all you can really ask for out of electrical companies.
Good instructions.
Yeah, good instructions and make it simple.
Real instructions too.
Yeah.
You don't have to print it off, or you're not all in black and white. Nice color booklet. Like,
You don't have to download the PDF.
yeah.
Dude only wants it in black and white.
I know.
Sorry, dude.
With subtitles.
But up to this point, everything seems like it's high quality stuff, and we're just excited to use it, and excited to kind of build a little partnership with Auxbeam. Once Lou's, you're gonna see Lou's whole build. So by seeing the build, you're gonna see how the wiring actually turns out when it's all done. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Show the world exactly what's going on here.
Yeah.
They backed up a little bit. You're yeah, you guys are looking like you're ready to go for a rip right now.
I don't know.
How are you getting out of here? Hey, all right, now get on out.
Let me do Jeremy's face. How to do the flips.
Oh yeah, we're models. So
Definitely.
it's cozy. All right, so getting in, getting out should be simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plan strategically. See, now this.
Two opposite ways of getting out. Jeremy's going for Dukes.
Yeah, that's the way he makes me get out of the machine now. So good. Yeah.
Watch out, Loki.
Yeah.
Loki will learn.
Don't slam the doors.
Don't slam the door.